What is going on YouTube? So it is Wednesday. I'm going to do some deadlift, and I know if you've watched any of my previous videos from Monday and so on and so forth, you will remember that I ended up hurting my lower back a little bit during the weekend, and it was still pretty sore and unhappy on Monday. Well, it didn't exactly get a whole lot better today. It did feel okay. It was still a little sore and a little unhappy. Basically, that's the best way I can describe it. It was tight, and I kind of didn't really pay attention to it. I just went ahead and did my normal routine. I went ahead and deadlifted. I did my squats. I did everything. And to be honest with you, it didn't really affect me all that much. My last deadlift pull was a little questionable, but all in all, it really wasn't anything that I'm going to go home and cry about or anything like that. But maybe not my best decision to go ahead and just, go all out with a slightly unhappy lower back. But sometimes you have to make that call and either go for it or not. It didn't hurt me on my previous sets. I didn't feel any pain. I didn't feel any discomfort pulling. So I just went for it. And I'm kind of glad I did, because that means I got a good deadlift session in. And I got to do my progression. So just a little side note for everybody. Just because you're a little sore or a little unhappy doesn't mean you should completely skip your workout and not do anything. And it also doesn't mean you shouldn't try and put some effort into it. Basically, my rule of thumb is go in, feel it out, and see how things go. And then maybe if it's going good, you should go ahead and push it a little bit. Now, we're moving on to pause squats. I did these, as you saw, for 215 for 8 sets of 3. Nothing really exciting to say here. Still working with the belt on my pause squats, which is fine. Really trying to pause at the bottom there and explode up. Nothing out of the ordinary. Pretty much the same basic thing I've been doing. But with the belt, it actually is a little bit different. I do notice that I can focus on actually exploding or forcing myself up as rapidly as possible on the squat without having to worry about making sure my core is engaged and everything else when I hit the bottom of the squat, because it's engaged. I'm pressed up against the belt, so kind of interesting in that respect. I'm also working on my depth with the belt quite a bit, noticing that that's getting a lot better. I did have issues with that at the beginning. Basically, the belt would pinch me and kind of hurt me going down all the way to depth. Got that adjusted, took a few tips from a few people, and if you actually want to know, if you ever start using a belt and you haven't before, little tip of the day: put the belt on as loose as you possibly can and do some body weight squats. Go all the way down as far as you can. Wherever the belt actually stops, it'll stop in the right location. Tighten it up right there, and that's where it needs to be. You'll be in it's perfect location. You'll be perfectly happy with that, and there won't be any pinching or any horrible discomfort from the belt. And I tried that. It worked really well. I did, however, not give you guys a review on the headphones yet. I'm going to say that I think they're going to be keepers. They're actually pretty nice. I really enjoy the sound from them. They stay in my ears exceptionally well. Very, very impressed with the quality of the Yarbuds there. They're pretty nice. I'm probably mispronouncing that too, by the way, but you'll figure it out. This is my close grip bench press, pause bench press. Really didn't exactly go stupid heavy or anything, which I'm not supposed to. This is a light day. However, I was focusing on pausing at the bottom and then just absolutely trying to just push that bar as fast as I possibly could off my chest. And this is 195 pounds. It wasn't exactly the heaviest thing I could have done it with or anything like that. But the fact of the matter is, just because it's not heavy doesn't mean you can't get a good stimulation out of it. Trying to move that weight as rapidly as possible really did put a lot of stress on my triceps and stuff like that. And that really is kind of the point to doing the pause work and having kind of the light day, is to work a little bit on your speed and explosiveness. And that's what I was really trying to do today. Really just wanted to get all that in and see if I couldn't improve on my speed off my chest, which will hopefully translate over to a stronger lockout. As some of you know, my lockout is actually probably my weakest point of my bench. I can break it off my chest pretty good, but you usually get a few inches off my chest, I would say about 1 or 2 boards, and I slow down quite a bit and end up having probably the lousiest lockout you've ever seen in your life. Now, that's not saying that I haven't been able to lock out some decent weight and improve my bench press, but I definitely need a lot of work, and I've watched a lot of older videos of mine from previous sessions, and just that's what I've determined so far. Now, you're seeing something a little new here. Did a little bit of overhead pressing. I do this on off days a lot of times, or on the weekends or whatever. It really does help my shoulder health and kind of gives me a little bit of extra work on my shoulders. I decided to do it today, mostly because I felt pretty good. I had some energy and I had some extra time. So I went ahead and just did my basic shoulder press routine, which is real similar to what I do for bench, deadlift, and squats on my heavy days. And then I do an 8-rep set at the very end of this. It's not exactly the heaviest shoulder press in the world. As a matter of fact, my shoulder press sucks. I do them seated. Because my lower back is usually spent, and because I want to focus on my shoulders. I'm not trying to work anything but my shoulders in this, so I do them seated to actually kind of just isolate the movement. Some people would say that's bad. Some people would say that's good. I don't care. I enjoy it this way. That's why I do it. And honestly, I get some good shoulder development out of it, and I get basically what I want out of the movement. So anyway, that has been my workout. Sorry it was kind of dull today, but it is what it is. Hopefully Friday will be a lot better. Let's tune in then. And as always, until next time.